It only went to 6.79. So we're going to talk briefly today on how and what news is coming in that's affecting these things. It's not only just the economic news that comes in on a daily basis. You also have to be reliant on the news and where you're getting it from. Like over here. If you look at CNN, and I'm not bashing any of these websites, but look at CNN's top data. Trump is threatening tariffs on Beijing. Prices are now starting to rise because of tariffs. This family lost their home in Texas. Linda is leaving Elon Musk. Hasbro CEO warns toy prices could start to rise. Wow, if you read just that data, you'd pretty much be ready to jump out a window. But then if you go over to Yahoo Finance, let's look at their data. NVIDIA becomes first company to close above $4 trillion in market cap. Bitcoin hits a fresh high. What's this? Boyd aiming to sell 5% stake in FanDuel for $1.76 billion. What's the Target credit card offering? Brazil oil could find new destinations. Parcel drivers, 2% global revenue gains for postal operators. So it's a completely different story based on what news channel you watch. So what I try to do here, I try to best, is to use this data, the economic news, and all the financial news that we can get to help you understand what's going on with these and the whys behind it. And folks, the reason why I do this is I'm actually a federally licensed mortgage loan officer. I've been doing it for 35 years. The federal part means I'm licensed in all 50 states as well as Puerto Rico. So I'd love to help you if you're out there looking to buy or refinance. I'm going to give you my website at the end of this video because I have a slogan: one application, one credit pool. We're going to shop your loan over 30 different lenders. How do we do that? I'm going to not break it now. I'll give you that at the end of this video. So let's get to today's news. So here's what I want to talk about. Basically, tomorrow there's no news coming out. Next week, it's a completely different agenda. Let's go through and see the data that's coming in next week and why this is so important, not only for the markets, but also for the Federal Reserve. Because when the Federal Reserve is looking at things, they really pay attention to inflation and the jobs report numbers and GDP. Okay, this morning I said they don't pay attention to GDP. I was trying to represent these are the main two focal points that they have, but they do look at GDP. Now, why next week's data is so important? Well, let's break it down. Here's what we have. Tuesday. Well, Tuesday, the market starts with data, basically. We're going to get the CPI numbers, consumer inflation. When you see a C in front of the PI, that means consumer inflation, C for the front. In this next, on Wednesday, we're going to get the PPI. Think of the P in the front of the PI as producer. So we got consumer inflation, producer inflation coming in next week. We have initial jobless claims, retail sales, and a whole mix of data. This data is going to make a pretty darn good role in what happens in the markets next week. Okay, so let me explain what might potentially happen, or either one of these scenarios is going to happen. Everybody's paying attention right now to the inflation numbers and the unemployment rates.